Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to Crypto and Coffee at 8. Now, how Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. We cover top news and information related to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. We also follow two news and information related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. Now this is followed by an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. So let's kick this thing off.
Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB, and today is the 29th of September 2021. Very close towards the end of September. Historically, September hasn't been the best month for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Hoping the last quarter breaks all-time highs, especially for Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now today we have a lot of interesting things to talk about. September is all about Lightning Network. The new narrative that is going on in the cryptocurrency space is Lightning Network, not Bitcoin. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about it. Also, some good news about Ethereum. Looks like Ethereum 2.0 will take effect much sooner than anticipated. Also, Bitcoin's ATMs in US have started to add Ether or Ethereum as cryptocurrencies. Some not so good news about Kraken, who have been fined with $1.25 million by CFTC, that is the US Commodity Future Trading Commission. I have some more negative news that is about Alibaba, who has once again shown its dislike towards cryptocurrency, but this time they are going in full ban on cryptocurrencies. We have some interesting news about UAE as well. Dubai's art house, that is Alturaash Art, plans to auction art pieces with cryptocurrencies. On the website, they also have a bit of incorrect information and most likely may not be the right use case of blockchain technology. So I'm going to be discussing that. The second news is about MidChains, an Abu Dhabi virtual asset trading exchange which has completed its first trade. They deal with 4 different types of cryptocurrencies. So I'm going to be exploring that in detail. MidChains has a very solid team with extensive experience ranging from GE Capital, Merrill Lynch, PwC, ADIB, European Central Bank, Emirates National Holdings, and quite a lot of other companies as well. Later on today, we also have the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. So welcome guys, it's 8 a.m. You're in Dubai. You're listening to Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover 5 news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. How the series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover 3 news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, and some major breaking news, sometimes even short and sweet news. The other 2 news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. This will be followed by Ask Me Anything series from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Gulf Standard Time, where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. So, let's kick this thing off. Welcome everyone, today is the 29th of September 2021 and the global cryptocurrency market does not look bullish at all. Tether has once again overtaken Cardano, and this time it's taken over Cardano by over $67 billion. So most likely Tether USDT will be the number 3rd cryptocurrency market, at least for the next couple of days or maybe even a couple of weeks. The global crypto market as of today, the 29th of September, is at $1.84 trillion, a 2.29% decrease over the last day. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours has also gone down to $91.79 billion. Since the last 24 hours, it is decreased by 6.17%. What is really interesting is since the last 2 weeks or so, the volume of DeFi has gradually been increasing. The total volume in DeFi currently is at 15.56%, up $15.56 billion. Now, DeFi accounts for 16.95% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. What is not surprising is the volume of stable coins. Usually, whenever there is a dump in the market, the volume of stable coins tends to pump up. This time, however, the volume of stable coins is only at $75.76 billion. DeFi accounts for 82.54% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. If you look at the volume of stable coins in terms of percentage, it still accounts for 82.54%. That is quite a lot. The king of all cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin has gone down to $41,693. Now, since the last 7 days, it is down by 1.33%. Over a period of 24 hours, it is down by 2.14%. Really interesting to see what the market cap of Bitcoin is, because going back to April, the market cap of Bitcoin alone was $1.2 trillion. The market cap today on the 29th of September is a little over $780 billion. Always keep comparing the market cap with Ethereum, because I'm just waiting to see if Ethereum flips Bitcoin in terms of market cap. The market cap of Ethereum, I wouldn't say is half, but it's almost half of Bitcoin, and it is at $338 billion. The price of Ethereum, however, has gone way down below the $3,000 mark, and it is currently at $2,855. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3.15%. As I mentioned earlier, Tether has overtaken Cardano, and this time I think it might be there for a very long time in the number 3 position. Tether USDT's market cap is almost $68.5 billion, and Cardano's market cap is $66 billion. That being said, the price of Cardano is $2.05. What has happened with Cardano is ever since they have an announcement, the price seems to be dumping down. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 5.50%, and Cardano over a period of 7 days is still down by 0.19%. So those were the price-related news from the cryptocurrency world. Let's move on to news about Lightning Network. Now, since we have done with the price for the 29th of September, let's move on to the new narrative. Now, September, the new narrative is Lightning Network, not blockchain. Now, this is the narrative which has been building quite a lot since the last few weeks in the cryptocurrency world. Jimmy Song, an OG of Bitcoin, also posted via LinkedIn, Lightning Network, not blockchain. If you look at how Bitcoin evolved since 2009 to 2015, pretty much everyone in the fintech sector and general audience was saying that they are definitely no to blockchain. Since 2015 to 2017, the narrative was that no to Bitcoin, yes to blockchain. A lot of the conferences, especially in the fintech and banking sector, were definitely saying no to Bitcoin, but yes to blockchain. Since 2017, it changed, and people saying yes to Bitcoin, maybe not necessarily yes to blockchain at that particular point of time. This was after the whole ICO craze, and where people lost a lot of money. People started to realize the whole value of Bitcoin, that the supply of Bitcoin is fixed and the demand keeps fluctuating, so the price of Bitcoin could go down maybe 1 million per Bitcoin, maybe even more. Hence, from 2017 to 19, it was yes to Bitcoin and no to blockchain. Things changed from 2019 to 21. It was Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum, and then the whole NFT thing kicked off, which is still going on. But looks like the last quarter of 2021 is all about Lightning Network. A lot of posts that I'm seeing right now is only about Lightning Network, not so much about blockchain. And Jimmy Song, as I mentioned earlier, he posted Lightning Network, not blockchain. We'll try to explore that a little bit in this particular podcast. Now, well, firstly, what is Lightning Network? Lightning Network is a sidechain. If you listen to my podcast on the 27th, one of the users actually asked, what is Lightning Network? So I try to explain what Lightning Network is. Lightning Network is a sidechain which is only applicable to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin Lightning Network capacity has reached an all-time high. There was this talk that Lightning Network is lightning years away. Looks like that need not be true. Lightning Network is not lightning years away. And going back to 2017, when there was this massive SegWit debate of increasing the block size, Roger Ver had a debate with Samson Mow, and Roger Ver said that Lightning Network is never going to scale, and Lightning Network is lightning years away. And they had a debate which Roger Ver did actually win. Now, a lot of people do talk negative things about Roger Ver. I totally disagree. Roger Ver is absolutely fantastic for Bitcoin, for blockchain, and open source monetary system. Roger Ver is regarded to be the Bitcoin Jesus. He probably has done more for the Bitcoin community. I might even say that he's done more for the Bitcoin community than pretty much everyone else combined. Talking about Lightning Network, yesterday we also talked about El Salvador news and how they have implemented Lightning Network with the help of Strike. Twitter has a tipping feature. With Lightning Network, they are able to solve a lot of the real world case problems. Now, in case of Twitter, the tipping feature is where you can tip people using Lightning Networks. Essentially, you're tipping people with Bitcoin. So, Lightning Network does solve real world case problems. Similar to Lightning Network, there is also Liquid Network. So I would really urge you to research more on Liquid Network, because when you talk about Bitcoin, there are different ways how you can make payments. The first one is on-chain, where you take the receiver's code or the receiver's address and send them funds. That is on-chain. The second one is Lightning Network. It's a broad topic. The other one is Liquid Network. Now, Lightning Network works under Liquid Network. Liquid Network is a sidechain. Now, Liquid Network can have smart contracts on Bitcoin. With Liquid Network, you can also have security token offerings and NFTs. What I would recommend you guys to do is Blockstream has some great information on Liquid Network. The CEO of Blockstream is Adam Back, who I personally still believe is Satoshi Nakamoto. Blockstream has released a white paper. I believe they released it in 2020, called as a Bitcoin sidechain. So definitely worth reading through it. And a couple of days ago, Samson Mow has a YouTube interview. Samson Mow also works for Blockstream. He has a fantastic video on YouTube explaining what Liquid Network is. So research a lot about Lightning Network and Liquid Network. I personally believe that might be the mainstream news, maybe from 2022 onwards. And one thing which I tend to mention every week is about Glassnode. Glassnode tends to publish a report on the first or the second day of every week called as Week On-Chain Analysis. Glassnode has released a suite of Lightning Network charts and dashboard to track performance and adoption of Lightning Network protocol. So definitely worth looking into. You can go to the Glassnode website, go through the insight and check for week on-chain analysis. In case you want the direct link, you can also go to my LinkedIn profile and you'll see the direct link for Glassnode. So Lightning Network protocol is gaining a lot of mainstream news nowadays. Lightning channels have seen explosive growth over the last 9 months, rising 170% in 2021 to reach 2,904 Bitcoins, that is around $127 million. 514 of these coins were rising 170% in 2020 to reach 2,904 Bitcoin. So Lightning Network seems to be getting a lot of news lately. Moving on to news about Ethereum, that is the first world computer. Danny Ryan, the Ethereum Foundation researcher, posted via Twitter an update called as Altair Upgrade. This could mean that Ethereum 2.0 is much closer. In that Twitter post, he has put link to his blog via ethereum.org. In that particular blog, they have set the date for Altair upgrade, which will take place on the 27th of October in epoch number 74240. So it looks like 2021 is the year for Ethereum and Cardano. A lot of action has been done by Ethereum and Cardano in 2021. Earlier in August, Ethereum had the London hard fork and they implemented 5 upgrades. The biggest of them was Ethereum Improvement Proposal 1559, or also called as EIP 5059. That sets the stage for Altair upgrade. Since the London hard fork was successful, it becomes much more easier to implement the beacon chain. Altair is the first mainnet upgrade to beacon chain. So what I would recommend you guys to do is go to my LinkedIn profile, or alternatively go to the Ethereum blog website and read through the entire blog. In similar news, Business Insider has also posted news about Ethereum to be added onto Bitcoin ATMs. So Bitcoin of America is a company that has ATMs across United States of America. They have added Ethereum to their Bitcoin. Catherine Wood had an interview with CNBC a few weeks ago, and during that interview she said that Ethereum is also moving as a medium of exchange. So ETH has been gaining a lot of traction, especially in the institutional space. My question to you guys is, do you see a scenario where Bitcoin is treated as a store of value? Ethereum will also be treated as a store of value and maybe even medium of exchange. Things like stable coins, that includes CBDC, central bank digital currencies, Facebook's DM, can be used as a medium of exchange. That is the scenario which I personally think looks like. Moving on to next news, which is not so good news about Kraken Digital Asset Exchange. I'm not sure if Kraken is the oldest cryptocurrency exchange or the oldest cryptocurrency exchange is from Dubai. There's a cryptocurrency exchange called Karsha Exchange, which dates back to 2011. And if you look at the date they got incorporated, they started few months before Kraken. But there is this notion that Kraken is the oldest cryptocurrency exchange. Kraken has been hit with $1.25 million in fines over alleged illegal offering by U.S. Commodities Future Trading Commission, also called as CFTC. The Future Commodity Trading Commission today issued an order filing and settling charges against respondent Payward Ventures, which is the name for Kraken, for illegally offering merchant retail commodity transactions in digital assets, including Bitcoin, and failing to register as Futures Commission merchants, or called as FCM. Now, Kraken was founded in 2016 and is one of the largest digital exchanges in the US. Vincent McGonigal, the acting director of enforcement, said that this action is part of the CFTC's broader effort to protect U.S. customers. He further went ahead and said that merchant leverage of financial digital assets trading offered to retail U.S. customers must occur on properly registered and regulated exchanges in accordance with all applicable laws and regulations. I would recommend you guys to go ahead and read through the official release, because it does provide a background and crystal clear information of what Kraken did not do. So rather than listening to mainstream news, what I would recommend you to do is hit at the first source of information, read through the actual article given by CFTC, and you'll be surprised that a lot of interesting information is actually mentioned, which a lot of the mainstream media like Cointelegraph or Coindesk tend to skip, and they directly blame CFTC. Moving on to next news, that is about Chain Analysis, a company which a lot of people in the cryptocurrency do not actually like. Chain Analysis published a blog on the 28th of September, that is yesterday. The report states Central, Northern and Western Europe has the biggest cryptocurrency economy in the world, receiving over $1 trillion worth of cryptocurrency over the last year. This represents 25% of global activity. In that particular website, they also have a screenshot of transaction volume by region. And surprisingly, Iceland has the lowest crypto adoption and usage. Personally, I'm not sure what to make of this particular news. It is good that Chain Analysis is providing this information. At the same time, there are a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space that actually do not like chain analysis giving out this particular piece of information. What I do find, however, is really interesting is that first world countries seem to be benefited by Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. What happens to third world countries? Third world countries, let's say like India, Pakistan, or African region, the adoption seems far, far less. Look at India, for instance. There was a report which got published a few days ago, which states that the crypto tech industry is expected to reach $241 million by 2030. So still a long way to go for India. Also looks like, with the creation of Bitcoin, first world countries have gotten richer. Countries like North America definitely seem to have benefited more by Bitcoin than any other developing nation, such as Zimbabwe or any of the African regions. The usage seems really, really less. Now moving on to next news, that is about China. China has had a love-hate relationship, mostly hate relationship, with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, in some major news, Alibaba Group has announced that Alibaba.com will prohibit sale of cryptocurrency miners and suspend categories for blockchain miners and accessories from its website from October the 8th. The official release can be found on Alibaba.com, so I would definitely recommend you guys to go ahead and read through it. A lot of information is directly from the source. Alibaba will impose a ban on using its platform to sell major cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and even some smaller coins like Quark. So it looks like the China hate for cryptocurrency is getting serious for the 38th time. Now guys, we're going to move on to the next news about UAE. But before that, I'd like to talk about an event which takes place from the 13th till the 14th of October. That event is called as Future Innovation Summit. Now, in case if you guys are in Dubai, if you are a startup, I would definitely recommend you guys to go ahead and attend this particular event. Now, this event called as Future Innovation Summit kicks off on the 13th till the 14th of October. It's called as Future Innovation Summit Dubai. The Future Innovation Summit is the leading government conference organized under the patronage of the private office of Sheikh Sakir bin Mohammed Al Sakimi. Now, in case if you are a startup, I would definitely recommend you to go ahead and participate in this particular event because it is a unique platform for organizations, businesses, and individuals alike to share their expertise, knowledge, technologies, and lay foundations for future vision and innovation of the world. There will be leading international speakers who will share the ideas and visions on how we can collaborate and improve the life of humankind. The Future of Innovation Summits presents you with one-of-a-kind opportunity to extend the network in your spheres of interest. Now, if you are a startup, there are two options. Essentially, you can either put up a startup pitch or you can put up a startup stand. If you were to put up a startup pitch, you are eligible for a prize of 1.5 million dirhams. The second prize is 1 million dirhams and the third prize is 700 dirhams. Now, in case you want to set it up, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Alternatively, you can also have a startup stand. Now, with startup stand, you will not be available for the prize money. But if you are interested, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, the reason why I would like to recommend this particular event is because there would be international speakers, key decision makers from government and international people. So in case if you're a startup, you definitely need to showcase your particular project. This will actually be an ideal platform. Moving on to news about UAE, that is Alturaash Art, I have mixed reaction. One part of it is fantastic and the second part is not so good. Alturaash Art was established in 2010. The website is mentioned on my LinkedIn profile. It's really long, so I don't want to spell it out. The director is Asif Kalam, who I believe is from New Delhi from India. So what Alturaash Art is, it is a premier art house based in Dubai, working as an art advisory and gallery for the last decade, focusing on South Asian and Middle Eastern art. They have been working as an art advisory group for the last decade, focusing on Indian and Middle Eastern art at an exciting point in the company's growth, with the platform moving towards starting their very own auction house. Alturaash House will primarily work in modern and contemporary segment of South Asian, Middle Eastern, Islamic and African arts. I'm taking most of the information directly from their website. There was a report which was published by collegetimes.com, and the report states that Alturaash Art will become the first art company in the world to accept cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin and Ethereum are most likely the frontrunners for the company's upcoming auctions. I'm not really sure if Alturaash Art is the first art company in the world to accept cryptocurrency. The great thing is they're definitely accepting cryptocurrencies. It makes much more easier for users to go ahead and purchase their product. Asif Kalam, who's the director of Alturaash Art, has said, "We have made it possible for the investors and collectors to now exchange their cryptocurrency with their choice of blue chip artwork." So the great thing is they are accepting cryptocurrencies for artwork. Definitely makes it much more easier for customers and provides different options. Again, I'm not sure if Alturaash Art is the first art company in the world to accept cryptocurrencies. In College Times, they have mentioned that the history of the artwork, ownership, and has ensured that there will be no errors in digital ledger. This is what the director has said at collegetimes.com. The history of the artwork, ownership, and other important information such as authenticity and provenance will be registered on the blockchain, and the successful bidder will get the access to the registry key from us, which will have all information intact, and these ledgers of transactions are impossible to tamper, hack, or change. I have a problem with this particular statement, and the problem is they mentioned that the successful bidder will get access to the registry key from us. This is not an ideal use case of blockchain. In this particular case, it means that Alturaash Art is responsible for the registry key. What happens if Alturaash Art gives incorrect registration key, or they manipulate that key? And this is precisely the reason why Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin, an open blockchain protocol, is peer-to-peer, which means there is no middle person. So a successful bidder does not have to trust Alturaash Art. Rather, they would have to trust the artist, or rather they would trust the blockchain protocol. In this case, I don't think so. It is the right use case. Ideally, the registration key should come directly from the artist to the successful bidder. There should not be a middle person such as Alturaash Art. So maybe they are not aware about how to go ahead and incorporate this in the blockchain world. Alturaash Art is a really interesting concept. The different areas of interest are visual artwork, cinema, sports and memorabilia, books, vintage and classic cars, jewelry and watches. So what is it that they do? Alturaash Art, they have auction services, exhibition, publication, art advisory, appraisal, valuation and auctions estimate, private sale, and in that particular website they have some useful information about a bespoke for art advisory and Alturaash private sales, a discrete option for art lovers. So definitely loads of useful information on their website. I have mixed reaction on the social media channel as well. On Facebook, they have 16,421 followers and 16,472 likes. But in all of their posts, there's pretty much zero interaction, no comments at all. Their Instagram profile, which is at Alturaash Art, has 23.5k followers. The audience is massive, but they have little to zero interaction. The same thing with Twitter. They have 16,656 followers, and the Twitter ID is Alturaash Art. Zero interaction with the clients. The social media is absolutely fantastic. If you look at the content, they probably have the best artwork on the social media platform. Moving on to next news, that is about MidChains. MidChains Limited is regulated and authorized by the Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Abu Dhabi Global Market. MidChains, an Abu Dhabi virtual asset trading exchange, completes trades on 4 cryptocurrencies, that is Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. Mutala Capital, Miami International Holdings, and the Abu Dhabi Investment Office are investors in the virtual assets trading exchange. They have a very, very strong team. Go to my LinkedIn profile, I mentioned the strong team that they have. They have Basil Al-Askari, who is the co-founder and chief executive officer. Mohammed Al-Hashimi, who is the co-founder and director. Mira Al-Suwaidi, who is the board director. And John Smolin, the board of director. Go to my LinkedIn profile. They have a variety of experience ranging from Merrill Lynch, PwC, and quite a lot of top companies from UAE as well. MidChains is a fully licensed virtual assets multilateral trading facility and custodian based in Abu Dhabi global market, regulated by Financial Services Regulatory Authority, built and operated by a new generation of experienced financial services professionals. I did go through their website, and the website did look extremely professional. So go to midchains.com. The website is extremely professional, and they keep on updating if there are any downtime errors. Mutala-backed MidChains completes first trade on 4 cryptocurrencies, and this was the news headlines via nationalnews.com. So the website for nationalnews.com is www.thenationalnews.com. The company is the only Emirati-founded virtual asset exchange in Abu Dhabi. Basil Al-Askari, the co-founder and the chief executive of MidChains, has said that we are thrilled to have completed our first trades on MidChains platform and giving our clients, whether they are institutional or individuals, the ability to trade freely, safely, and equally. Ibrahim Ajimi, the head of ventures and growth of Mudbala, has said that ADGM has a robust virtual asset regulatory framework which gives market participants the peace of mind to put their capital to work to trade, store, and withdraw virtual assets. Completing its inaugural trades is a significant milestone for MidChains. Mudala is committed to investing in homegrown entrepreneurs, creating innovative new businesses, and we invested in MidChains early in its life cycle based on a belief in its ability to bring virtual assets trading to the region in a secure and regulated way. So in case if you are in Abu Dhabi or in UAE, definitely a great platform to buy, sell, and trade your cryptocurrencies. So currently they're only trading with Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sending them an email, and I'm going to be requesting them to be a part of the podcast. So ideally the podcast will be for an hour or so where I get to talk with the team, try to find out more information about MidChains, and hopefully I get it done by the end of October. That's all for today, guys, from Crypto and Coffee at 8 from Blockchain DXB. In case you guys have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com. If you like listening to this, please follow this podcast. Click on the follow and share the word across. Now for the next 30 minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. That's all for today. Thanks so much for listening and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto Coffee and 8, where we cover top news and information in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. This is followed by Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. I have a first question from Jenny, who has asked, do you think Cardano price will go over $6? Firstly, Jenny, I do not give any price prediction. I do not give price prediction on Bitcoin or pretty much any other cryptocurrencies. What I do recommend is to look at the technical elements and try to understand the project in detail. Try to understand what Cardano is. Now, I really am not sure, Jerry, in terms of the price, if it would go over $6 or not. There are a lot of YouTube videos that say Cardano could go well over $10. couple of months ago, I had read an article where they said that Cardano, the price could go well over $800. So any price speculation that YouTubers are giving, I wouldn't rely too much on it. Cardano did have a summit last weekend called as the Cardano Summit. So what I would recommend you to do is try to understand what that summit was, because there was quite a lot of partnerships in terms of NFTs, in terms of smart contracts. So what I would do, Jenny, is try to understand that. Based on that, make a guesstimate on the price of what it could be. Again, any price prediction just does not work. Now, during the Cardano Summit, there was quite a lot of use cases. And if you look at Cardano as a protocol, it is a peer-to-peer review protocol in comparison to, let's say, Bitcoin or Ethereum, where someone just released a white paper. Cardano, on the other hand, takes a much more scientific approach. That being said, it is taking a lot of time, much longer time than anticipated. Cardano also has another upgrade called as the Hydra upgrade. So that should scale Cardano much better than Ethereum, and that could be the time when the price would actually pump. So if I were you, Jenny, I would try to look at when the next upgrade, that is Hydra, kicks in, because that is when other smart contracts might move from Ethereum to Cardano, and which will eventually have an impact on the price of Cardano. I have another question by Claire, who's asked a really interesting question, and that is, have you heard about the trading hamster? Now, this is a really interesting question, Claire. Guys, what happened today was that Elon Musk tweeted that the trading hamster has mad skills. Now, what this trading hamster is, essentially it is a hamster which is running through its wheel, and then it goes through a tunnel. After it goes through a tunnel, it goes to a different portfolio, that is, Bitcoin or Ethereum, and that particular portfolio has turned out to be much more profitable. They have named this hamster as Mr. Gox, and this is named after the famous Mt. Gox exchange that had a massive hack from Japan. The exchange was from Japan. Anyways, so the hamster is called as Mr. Gox. So what he does is he runs through a hamster wheel. After running through the hamster wheel, he goes through a couple of tunnels, randomly selected, and these tunnels at the out has a certain kind of portfolios. It could be Ethereum or it could be Bitcoin or different types of cryptocurrencies, and they have analyzed it over a period of time. And surprisingly, this method has helped anonymous owners outperform Dow Jones as well as Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. Now, depending on the exact timing, Mr. Gox, that is the hamster, appears to have matched even Bitcoin, which has gained almost 20% since the actual rolling started. That is definitely in the news right now. So I'm really not sure what to make of it. When I was doing my master's in international business, I do remember one of the professors did actually say that in Wall Street Journal, they had a dartboard, and they should randomly take an aim at the dartboard and determine where the price index would work, and that dartboard worked much better than the stock market. So that's essentially what stock market is. But yes, definitely a great question, Claire, and really interesting, if people do actually invest in it. I have another question by Mahir, who has asked, do you feel the Evergrande situation will have an impact? To be honest, Mahir, I do think it's too soon to tell. Evergrande did actually have an impact on the cryptocurrency world when the news broke out. Over $200 billion or more did wipe off from the cryptocurrency market. I do not want to get into the technical details of what Evergrande is, but looks like the Chinese Communist Party will be bailing them out in terms of issuing bonds and in terms of giving stocks to people. But the impact will still be there, and I definitely feel that it will have an impact in the cryptocurrency world. Will it have an impact on, let's say, the other financial sector? I really am not sure, but it for certain will have a cascading effect on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I would personally wait, Mahesh, maybe wait for maybe at least 1 to 2 months, and that would give a better picture. And if you look at China, they've always had a hate relationship with Bitcoin, and something which I talked about earlier today, that Alibaba.com has also put out an announcement stating that it's going to stop people from mining and also not allowing people to trade in Bitcoin and pretty much all of the cryptocurrencies. But that being said, I definitely think Bitcoin will survive. So that's all for today, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series. Monday to Thursdays, we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. This is followed by Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. If you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. You can also check my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com. If you like listening to this podcast, please follow this podcast, click on the follow, and share the word across. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.